Good morning, friends. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Merry Thriftmas day number 18. Getting a little bit of a later start to this morning because I was up all night with my dog. It was storming. He's like a little thunder buddy. He has to either be on top of me or he hides behind the toilet or he goes back and forth nonstop. So it was rough. So he's sleeping in and I'm going out thrifting. I'm gonna go pick up my mom. We're gonna go to Goodwill and divide and conquer and just see what we can find. And of course, I'm bringing you guys along with me. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jenna and I'm a full-time reseller. I sell clothing primarily on the Poshmark app. And yeah, I just take you along on my journey here on YouTube. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let's get our day started. Heading into Goodwill on this rainy morning, hoping to have some good finds. When I go in, I'm looking for a cart, and unfortunately, there were no carts today. When I first walked by, I saw a new rack that they were putting out, so I peeked through it, but there was nothing exciting on here. Bunch of old workout wear and jeans, and then I went over to the shoes, which is typically one of my first stops, and it looked like they had just stocked up on the shoes too. The racks were pretty full, but I wasn't seeing a lot that caught my eye. This location I feel like tends to have a lot more like mature styles and brands, so it's very hit or miss, which honestly all Goodwills are hit or miss. It really just depends who's donating what and the time that you get there. So again, just cruising the shoe aisle, looking up and down anything that's going to grab my attention, touching the boots and just seeing if anything feels like leather. I touch a lot of the stuff just to check quality or condition. Yeah, down here I saw some little leather boots, nothing exciting. These were some cool looking cowboy boots. They were faux leather and they had a lot of like cracking to them. Saw some little ankle booties, nothing exciting there. Some faux bean boots up there. On to bags, one of my favorite categories lately, and recently my Goodwills, most of them stopped putting stuff behind the counters. Like they used to put leather and like specialty bags behind the counters, but now they individually price items before they also priced by category. So they moved all the bags onto the floor, which I like because I can look through them easier instead of having to ask someone to help me, and they're individually priced. If something specialty price, it will still be mixed in with the regular bags. But I didn't really see anything this time, anything that I thought was worth picking up. Always stopping by belts on the end, and I swear every time I look at belts, one falls off every single time. But I did find a couple belts that you're going to see later in my haul. And then going back to my little corner that has the travel bags, the tote bags, and seeing if there's anything back there. That looked like a cool vintage travel bag, but it wasn't. It was just like a copy or something like that. And yeah, nothing back there that really grabbed my attention. I did see this Tommy Bahama cooler thing, but it didn't really go with my style. I don't know if that was worth anything. I didn't look it up. And then I started looking at clothing after that. Went through all of the clothing. I did find a few pieces, which you'll see in my haul, but it was kind of dry today. It looked like not a ton had been put out since I'd been to the store last, which was probably about a week ago, or else it had been picked over. This location is kind of slow sometimes, in my opinion. This was a Blue Life top, which you'll see in my haul. And then, yeah, just continuing to look and shop, and then I'll get together with my mom and go through everything. Starting off today's thrift haul with clothing, and the first item is this blue and gray tie-dye top. It is by Blue Life, which is actually a high-end luxury brand. It's pretty expensive retail, made in California. It's a size small, and I picked up this top because I really like the style, how it has these big flare bell sleeves and then the crossover front. I'll probably list this around $35 to $40. The resale value isn't quite as high as you would think the retail value suggests. Okay, this next top, I loved the plaid and how it's kind of got the dip dye bleach effect. And when I looked at it, it did not have a tag, but I recognized the style based on something I've sold in the past. And also on the back, it has this whole velvet floral print inset panel, so all of that is velvet. And if you look closely, you can like barely see a little cutoff label. and it's actually this brand called Errata Silent Journey, and it's pretty expensive retail. It reminds me a lot of Johnny Was. And then I looked at the care tag. So on the care tag, it does have the size, which is nice. There is a style number at the top. I haven't tried to look that up. It doesn't have anything on the brand, but I know it is just based on having sold it before and then slightly seeing a little bit of the tag. The tag is like a long chiffon rectangle that says Errata Silent Journey on it. So I'll probably list this top around $40 to $45. It does have pretty good resale value. Next up is an Anthropologie tunic sweater. It's got the scoop neck and it's a longer length, and then it has the step hem, so it's kind of a high-low style. It's got a pocket and overall like a dip dye bleach effect, and it is by Moth from Anthropologie. It's a size extra small. I'll probably list this one around $35 to $40. The next jacket caught my eye with its style. It's a bomber style jacket. It's got some sporty details with like the striped trim, and then I love the embroidery all over it. It's got birds and flowers and just all kinds of details. And the brand, when I looked at it, I had never heard of this brand, Sephora, or I don't know exactly how you say it, S-F-E-R-A. The tag looks a lot like Zara, and the sizing's European, so it's a European size large. And I looked it up online. The website was all in another language, so I am assuming it's a European boutique. And I tried this on. It kind of fits more like a medium versus the large that it's marked, so I'm going to note that in the listing, and I'll probably list this around $35 to $40. I love a good kimono, and this one is a longer duster length, and it gives me all the like tropical vibes with this palm leaf frond tropical floral print. It's just an open front, but it does have a little tassel tie detail, and it's by Rachel Zoe. I have seen Rachel Zoe stuff before, but I'm not sure if I've ever sold it. I know her stuff can be pretty expensive retail. This is a one size piece, and I think it's perfect for like a vacation or a swimsuit cover up, or you could layer it over like a dress or something like that as well. I have no idea what I'm gonna list this at because again, I'm not really familiar with this brand, but probably around like $40 or so. Found a couple pairs of bottoms, and the first are these jeans by Level 99. Level 99 is from Anthropologie, and these are just a slightly distressed skinny jean. They're in excellent condition. They look like they've barely been worn, just a little bit of distressing, and these are a size 28. I haven't sold Level 99 in a while, but I'll probably list them around $35. And then the final clothing item are these activewear leggings, and this is a brand that I really like. It always sells pretty quickly for me. It's called K-Deer. I believe it's made in the USA, and these are a size small. Again, just a really nice quality, like high-waisted workout legging. And then I found a couple pairs of shoes, and the first pair, I really like the style of this sneaker, and it's almost like a wool material. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm gonna have to look them up. But when I looked at the brand, I was really surprised. So the brand on these is Ariat, which I am used to seeing their like Western boots, cowboy boots, and these are obviously a sneaker. They're a women's size 6. And like I said, I'm gonna have to look up the style and do a little bit more research, but they're in excellent condition. I haven't even cleaned them yet. And I think I'll probably sell these around like 35 or 40, just depending again, what they go for, what comps look like. And then the next pair are these leopard print little ballet flats with the elastic, and these are by Lucky Brand. This is a pretty common Lucky Brand style. I see a lot of these at the thrift store. I don't always pick them up, but these look like they've never been worn, or maybe been worn a couple times. They still have like the little sticker on the bottom. They're a women's size 8, and I also picked them up because they are leopard print, and leopard print just does really well right now. So I'll probably list these around $30. The final two items in this haul are belts, and the first belt, I'll start with this one on the right. It's just a matte black leather belt, and it has these 2 gold rings as the closure, so you just feed it through. Kind of like a D-ring style belt, and this one is by Cabby. So it's Cabby, size medium, genuine leather, and it's in excellent condition. I'll probably list this one around $30 to $35. And then this final belt looks like a Brighton, which I typically don't pick up much Brighton unless it's a style I think will work for me, but there are no Brighton marks on this one, so I'm not sure if it is. It is excellent quality, but I picked it up because of the like Western concho style design, and it's leather that's embossed to look like gator, and then it's got these big oval hardware details. It's really, really good quality. So the buckle's marked 1997 and made in Taiwan. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it being Brighton. Down here there's just a style number, and then it says Italian leather size medium. So I'm gonna do a little more research, but I'll probably list this around 35 to 40 just based on it being such good quality and condition. Just wanted to show you guys the chairs real quick that I got at the garage sale the other day. My brother was so nice and helped me pick them up, the 2 chairs and the ottoman. I got this for a ridiculous price, you guys. I paid $100 for these 3 pieces, and they're so like cozy and nice. I'm gonna steam them and vacuum them. They're pretty clean, really good condition, but I'm excited by these, and this is not where they're going. Obviously, they're just like in the middle of my entryway slash dining room right now, but I'm going to find a new home for them. I'm getting the rug I got from the lady cleaned, and I think they're all gonna go in my living room. So that was today's thrift haul. I was excited I was able to find some stuff. I don't know why, but when I was at Goodwill, or when I first got to Goodwill, I felt really discombobulated. I don't know if it had to do with the fact that there were no carts when I went in, because I feel like I always follow the same routine. Like, I go in, I get a cart, I go over to shoes, and like, I don't know, just go about my way throughout the store. So when I went in and there were no carts, like for some reason that just like threw me off my game today. And I just felt like for the first 20 minutes, I was randomly wandering through the thrift store. But then I finally put in my AirPods and I decided to listen to my own music versus Goodwill's Christmas music, and I was able to focus and able to find some stuff. And then of course my mom was there with me, so she found some stuff too. Nothing like crazy, like we didn't I don't know, there wasn't anything like amazing. I didn't pass on a lot just because I didn't pick up very much when I was there, so I didn't show you that today. But I am gonna answer a question that someone submitted to me through Instagram. So I'm gonna pull up today's question. Okay, so today's question comes from Closet Fixation on Instagram, and they asked, how do you list men's sweaters that you wanna market to women's? What do you put as size? Along the same lines, how do you handle unisex items, t-shirts, sweaters, etc.? So this is a great question. I actually get this a lot because I do sell a ton of t-shirts as well as sweaters and sweatshirts and stuff that can definitely be considered unisex or like men's if you're putting it technical. And I say I kind of change it up as far as where I list it. So sometimes I will list it under men's and sometimes I will list it under women's. But what I always do is be sure to be very descriptive in the description box. So for instance, if I'm listing a men's sweater as a women's or under women's sizing, I still list it under the exact same size that's on the tag. So if it's a men's extra large, I will list it under women's extra large. And then in the description, I put, this is a men's / unisex size extra large, you know, would fit a woman oversized. Or if I'm modeling it, I'll say the model is typically a medium and this is a men's unisex extra large, etc. I just try to be as thorough as I can in the description, whether I'm listing it under men's or women's. So that's if I list under women's. If I list it under men's, I'll put, you know, unisex fit, could be worn by a women's size, you know, small, medium, large as an oversized fit. So I just try to be thorough about what I'm writing. I think a lot of times too, people kind of know what to expect when they're shopping and buying t-shirts. A lot of times people even ask me, they're like, is this a unisex fit? Is this a women's fit? So that way they're sure before they buy it, but I try to preempt that by putting it in the description. So I don't think there's a right or a wrong as far as where you list it, because the items can be unisex. So you can list it under women's, you can list it under men's, but just being thorough with the description. And then also I always include measurements. So I feel like that helps too, because obviously if something's a bigger fit, if it's unisex or men's versus a slimmer women's cut, the measurements are going to be bigger. So I would just say use your best discretion. So hopefully that answers your question. I probably will put up another thing asking for questions on my Instagram in the next day or two. That way I can get some more questions in. So if you didn't get a chance to submit your question last time, definitely make sure you're following me over on Instagram, which is just EMPTYHANGER. I'll link it in the description box down below. That way when I post on my stories, you guys can submit a question as well. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video, day number 18 of Thriftmas. Please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you are so inclined to do so, and I will see you in tomorrow's video for day number 19. Bye!